What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode in the series, part of our cutting phase. We're getting into some shoulders today, so we're starting off with rear delts. A couple reasons I want to start off with rear delts. One, because this machine's hard to get a hold of, and two, because I feel like if I get my rear delts real nice and warm, then on other exercises, where my rear delts are going to be involved, then it helps me kind of already have those exhausted, because it's a harder, more unforgotten muscle to work. So try and get that extra work in when we can. But yeah, I do end up doing some presses this day. This is before, I know I posted my video of my little in-body check-in. So this is before I made any caloric adjustments or anything. This video was taken 2 days ago. The in-body one was from yesterday. So I was still trying to push myself as much as I could, while still being at that further deficit. But the presses are okay. I do a decent amount of sets. My thing with the presses was I was doing the sets like back to back to back. So in pretty quick succession. So it's super hot today, and that's making me extra tired. But we're moving on from that. Anyways, I've been trying to wear like long sleeve shirts and more sweatpants and stuff at the gym, even though it is hot. Trying to, make sure I'm sweating, get that extra calories, any extra calories that I can burn. So it was, pretty solid day. I mean, I feel like I could have done more on the shoulder day. I was a little crunched for time that day, but we tried to get the work in anyway, and overall, still a solid day. Rocking the USC colors, I guess. But I had a good time this shoulder workout. I did end up doing some cardio after. So something that I wanted to talk about as well, that kind of ties into the in-body thing, is like, life is just one big, experiment, so to speak. Like, I don't think that there's anything that we do wrong. I think that we get, redirected. But at the end of the day, if you make a decision, I say, 100% stick with that decision. And, even if you feel like it's the wrong decision, you can make it the right decision. Like, you can always maneuver things around, so that that decision is still in your best interest. Now, it doesn't always apply, but I think that, if you're giving your 100% and you say, hey, I want to get this done, this is my goal, and you throw everything you have into it, I don't see anything wrong with that. Even if it doesn't end up where you wanted it to end up at, you learned all the lessons along the way so that you're more prepared for your next adventure, the next thing that you want to do. So we mess up, and that's okay. Like, don't take time dwelling on the thing that you messed up on. Try and focus on, putting your effort towards learning whatever you can from that situation as fast as possible, and then putting that behind you to move on to the next one, and then once you get in that mindset of like breaking those barriers down, I think that puts you in a real good spot. Here we are on the presses. I'm not sure the most I went up to. This was after my chest day, so I think I only built up to, let's see, we have 60s, we go to 70s. I feel like I stayed at the 70s for a while. Oh, but you see how the bench is kind of, at a slight angle, because I can lean back into it and still support my shoulders how I want to properly. Because if it were straight up and down, then I'd be using like a bunch of energy to just try and be up against that bench. But I was forcing these a lot because the sets were so quick. I was trying to get all this stuff done, in quick succession, which is still the name of the game, even though I'm switching out my diet plan a little bit. I mean, if anything, hopefully it means I can lift more weights for, 10 to 15 reps So I'm still not gonna be throwing all my strength into it and trying to, you know, reach like a 2 rep max. I'm still gonna be throwing, you know, all my volume work at it, doing my cardio, getting all that stuff done. Today is Saturday, and I was supposed to do my cardio day today, but I woke up with kind of a headache. I had a long day at work last night, so I'm using today as my off day. Tomorrow will be my cardio day, and then back on legs on Monday. So I'm just flip-flopping those 2 days, which is okay. You know, something that I needed to do. And I went to the gym all week. I've been working, so I just needed today to like gather everything. I still have a little bit of a headache, and I've been trying to rehydrate. Going to the gym definitely would have helped, but by the time, you know, I was able to get everything up and running, then it was just already too late with, you know, I would have spent too much time there, and I still have to get to work and everything. So yeah, that's okay. I'm not really too hard on myself when it comes to switching my cardio on my day off. Sometimes I'll be tired, man. Plus my cat this morning was real up in arms about something. I don't know. She woke me up at 7, woke me up at 8, woke me up at 9, and then 9:30. And from the time I got home from work and then, you know, was able to wind down and get to bed, it was probably already like 2:30. And especially as part of my workout recovery, I want to get like a full 8 hours. Now, ideally that'd be consistently, but my cat had other plans this morning, and that's okay. So, part of maneuvering through everything is just learning to roll with the punches and, you know, decide what's a big obstacle to you and decide what's not. And the big obstacles require more attention. Smaller obstacles, you've already been there, done that, so you already know how you're going to get around them. So I did drop down to the 55s after a few sets of the 70s, and just try and, you know, press them out as much as I could. But it was definitely harder after the heavier weights. So this set is better than the previous set. Because the previous one I went from, I think, 70 down to 55. And then from this one I went from 55 to the same 55. But it was rough on this one. Hitting the, you know, hitting these presses. I thought about doing some presses on the Smith machine instead to kind of get more of a, I don't know, locked in position. But over here I try to get this little corner of the gym to myself, do some rear delt flies with the dumbbells. They were tough, but I was surprised on the first set I was able to do like, I don't know, 20 or 20 something. So that was all good. And then I think I stayed at the same weight and just tried to go, you know, pretty quickly through them. But these were good for the rear delts too. I'm liking hitting rear delts because now when I hit rear delts or I hit triceps, I can see that little line that separates my shoulder and my tricep a little bit better. And it's really nice. Really nice to be able to see that progress. So I'm excited once I work all this creatine out, you know, how I'm going to look, how I'm going to feel. So, I mean, on that in-body, I was right at 300, and I know I had some things to switch up, but at the end of the day, I'm still going to be proud of myself for, you know, I'm going to be under 300 pounds soon, and that's huge. Like, I'm not going to be over 300 pounds again in my life unless I'm just massively stacked up on muscle, but that's seems excessive. So, I'm really excited that, you know, I'm getting past this point. And I mean, when you're over 300, going up the stairs, you know, it's not good on my knees, and you know, from all the crap that you've been eating, your hormones are just shot. So I'm excited that I'm getting my body regulated better, doing everything the healthy way, doing it the slow and consistent way, instead of trying to do like a crash diet, or, you know, just doing a fast for the sake of trying to get to a certain point and then just gaining it all back, which is what I did back in December. So I'm happy with, you know, that aspect of it. I'm definitely seeing positive results in my body, so I'm a happy camper. These, I just pretty much do lateral raises, you know, for the rest of this. And they were moving, I guess. I don't know, on these lateral raises I can start to feel my rear delts a little bit. The angle's a little bit funky, so I don't know, but I kind of, when I'm doing lateral raises, I go up and back, slightly bend at the elbow, and then I try and, like, you know, bring my pinky up as well. So that's how I feel it most in my side delts, and that's where I'm trying to feel it. So I know that there's some people that say just keep, you know, your arm straight and as much weight as you can do with your straight arm, and that's great. I like to get a little body language into it just to, you know, be able to feel it better, be able to squeeze, feel some more resistance. Yeah, get a better pump. I wouldn't feel proud of myself, I think, if I just, you know, had like the 10s or 15s, which is totally fine. I mean, everyone can lift in a way that they're comfortable with, but I just know that me, like, I don't know, I have this natural strength thing that I really like to, you know, emphasize. That also led to, you know, I think as far as the body types go, there's endomorph, ectomorph, and mesomorph. So for a while I thought I was a mesomorph, which is like, I don't know, I don't think that's where I'm at. I think I'm an endomorph, where I gain fat and I gain muscle really easy. And let me see if I can find a picture of that or something. But I think that, you know, with that, like, my body type and everything, that's just kind of how I am. So I try to play to my strengths, which is my strength. And I don't know, my areas of opportunity, I'm not going to say weaknesses, because I don't know. I don't like to say those things. I say area of opportunity because it's something that I can actively work on. If I say it's an area, like, area of weakness for me, then it's something that's, you know, never going to improve. That's always going to be down at the bottom of the barrel. So I say it's an area of opportunity for me. Would be things like cardio, things like endurance, you know, like long distance running and things. But strength, that's my wheelhouse. So get a little pose in, a little shoulder pump. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for sticking around and listening to me yap. I didn't really have a direction today, and that's okay. But I appreciate you guys, and I will catch you on the next one. Thank you. Yo, and last but not least, I hope you do something nice for somebody today. I hope somebody does something nice for you. Even if that person's yourself, man, that's okay. Have a good one, guys.